What's going on, vibers? It's your boy JS Vaughn, and guess what, yo? We back with another one, y'all. Today's track is called Glitter. It's by Struggle Jennings and Jelly Roll. You know what I mean? Let's jump right into it, fam. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Living my life in the rear view when I'm haunted by my past, and sometimes I just wanna die.
Living my life in the rear view, and I'm haunted by my past, my past. I'm freaking haunted by it. Yo, at the end of the day, yo, I'm telling you, not at the end of the day, but like we all have these times and whatnot, yo. You know what I mean? That we just don't want to freaking acknowledge the past, but the past keep on coming up and shit. So you have to acknowledge it. That's what I feel like sometimes. That's what he's talking about. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, you being haunted by a lot of times people be haunted by the past is because the shit is not completely dealt with. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to take it head on and shit and deal with the situation so you can move on. You know what I mean? It's like when somebody passes away and shit, and you're on autopilot because you have to take care of all them fucking situations that's going on until before the person freaking gets buried and whatnot. It's not until the person is completely buried and gone and whatnot you're able to grieve for the person and whatnot because you was taking care of all the situations around it and whatnot, so you didn't really have enough time to grieve. And when it's done is done and whatnot, and the person is resting underneath the ground or cremated or whatever. That's when all the rush and the pain comes to you. You know what I mean? So if you got to deal with the situation of the past and whatnot, deal with it before it gets worse. You know, don't let it haunt you.
In the rear view when I'm haunted by my past, and sometimes I just wanna die. I need to change my ways, mama, I'm gonna try. But that's a lie, cause you heard me say that 1,000 times.
Word, man. That's it. That's it. I used to, yo, on some real shit. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be on that shit too. You know what I mean? I used to freaking be like, yo, man, there's a lot of things I want to do and whatnot, and I really want to change and shit, and I'm gonna change, and what ends up happening is like I never change and whatnot, and it becomes like something that I do frequently and whatnot, and it took me to realize that, yo, when I do that, I'm not only lying to the people that I'm telling that I'm gonna do that, you know what I mean? But I'm also lying to myself because that is something that truly inside I want to do. And one thing that you can't do is freaking lie to yourself. It's like the one person that you should never lie to is yourself. You know what I mean? You should always tell yourself the truth and whatnot. So if you wake up in one day and you say you want to do something, you to yourself, then you gotta do it. Cause at the end of the day, the only person you're lying to is yourself. And that's a fucking sad situation you in when you're doing that. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Times I just wanna die. I need to change my ways, mama, I'm gonna try. But that's a lie, cause you heard me say that 1,000 times. I said, Lord, please help me, cause I've been living unhealthy.
That's a fact, man. The Lord, and that's the thing, man. A lot of times you can't go to nobody, but you could always go to the Lord and pray and whatnot, cause that's the inner you, and that's basically a way of freaking revealing the pain and sorrows that you have inside and whatnot to somebody that won't judge you. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, man, in this world and whatnot, men is not perfect, and men tend to men tend to judge and whatnot, and the Lord will never judge you for your for the actions that you have and whatnot. So it's a safe place to go to and reflect and and and, and get right. You know what I mean?
I said, Lord, please help me, 'cause I've been living unhealthy. And the life that I've been living, Lord, can I really be forgiven for? And I don't wanna let you go. I think about you now everywhere I roam. Somewhere down.
Yeah. So it's like, yo, she's just basically saying, yo, it's like, yo, I want to be free and shit, but can I ever be free from all this shit that I've done in the past and whatnot? Visually, it's always going to be with me and whatnot. You know what I mean? And you have to make a conscious decision in changing that element about you. You can't change the past and whatnot, but you could definitely control the future and guide yourself to the right direction and whatnot. That's the easy part. You know what I mean? What happened in the past is always going to be there. It might haunt you and shit, but that past might motivate you to move even further forward in a humble and in a righteous way. You know what I mean? So don't let your past haunt you. Let the haunt motivate you to do something better with your life. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Can I really be forgiven for? I don't wanna let you go. I think about you now everywhere I roam. Somewhere down the road, I lost my soul. And I know 'cause it glitters doesn't mean it's gold. And I don't wanna hurt.
It glitters doesn't mean it's gold. Just because it glitters, that is. I like that. Just because it glitters, that's a fact, man. That's a fact.
I lost my soul. And I know 'cause it glitters doesn't mean it's gold. And I don't wanna hurt nobody. I just wanna let the truth be told. I don't wanna hurt nobody, but I'm about to lose my self-control. And they ask me how I'm feeling. I'm somewhere between Hendrix and Robin Williams. Hide behind the. But I'm about to lose my self-control. And they ask me how I'm feeling. I'm somewhere between Hendrix and Robin Williams.
Wow, son. So that nigga, if you do the correlation and shit, freaking I think Hendrick freaking overdosed, and Robin Williams I think overdosed too. You know what I mean? So you you having drug problems or something like that. You know what I mean? You suffering and whatnot, and you have like. Did he overdose? Did why Robin Williams overdose or did he commit suicide? I'm not sure. One of the two. But I mean, like, you're in a place where um you wanna end it all or have accidentally die. You know what I mean? So you're not all the way gone. There's a part of you that wants to stay alive, and that's the part that you want to motivate yourself to move on to the next day. That's the best way. You know what I mean? Because in life, that's what it is. Sometimes you in predicaments and whatnot, and you thinking wrong. You know what I mean? But like I don't know, man. I'm gonna keep it riding, man. I'm talking. I'm talking.
I'm somewhere between Hendrix and Robin Williams. hide behind the tears of a clown and the sound of silence. It seems so loud. Would you just look at me now when I take a shot of crown and watch this Percocet down? Play the victim for too long to just.
Okay, okay. So he's basically numbing the pain with the drugs. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I see. I was there. So it means I was kind of right in what I was trying to say. All right.
Justify my habits, knowing everything I touch turns tragic. I don't wanna let you go. I think about you now everywhere I roam. Somewhere down the road, I lost my soul. And
So so is he talking about his depression? You know what I mean? His sense of depression and whatnot and all that type of shit. Maybe that's what it is. You know what I mean? Because he says wherever I go, you follow and whatnot. So it's not so much of his past and whatnot. It might just be like he's in a state of depression and whatnot. And no matter if he's happy or no matter he's wearing that's where I'm looking in the video. That's where he has the clown face on it. That he had a line that said something about like even if the clown is smiling and whatnot, there's a frown on the inside, some shit like that. So maybe that's where he's coming from. You know what I mean? He's depressed and whatnot. He's taking perks and stuff, and to numb all that shit. So therefore, when you see him, he's a shell of a person. You know what I mean? Let's go.
I know 'cause it glitters doesn't mean it's gold. And I don't wanna hurt nobody. I just wanna let the truth be told. I don't wanna hurt nobody. But I'm about to lose my self-control.
Oh, a man in a mirror.
Yes, I'm narcissistic, cause I'm trying to get it. Am I being selfish, attempting to rid my life of the drama in it? See, it was harder coming home than going in. Hard to understand that statement unless you came from where I've been. Why it's difficult, life for the drama in it. See, it was harder coming home than going in. Hard to understand that.
Oh, he said it was harder to go home than going in, coming home than going in. It's like the transition from, because I heard the story about him being locked up. You guys made sure to tell me about that shit. So therefore, like he did get locked up, and he just basically saying when I got locked up and shit, it basically was easier for me to get locked up than me trying to be me getting freed and whatnot, and dealing with the society that I missed on all them years that I was locked up locked up and whatnot. So like now I'm free and shit, but like I've been in an institution for so long and whatnot. I don't know what free is. You know what I mean? It's bugged the fuck out. You know what I mean? So and right now he's struggling to conform to what reality is now as a free man. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Struggle is real, fam. I feel you though.
Trying to get it. Am I being selfish, attempting to rid my life of the drama in it? See, it was hard.
And due to that, he feels like kind of on the depression side. You know what I mean?
Coming home and going in. Hard to understand that statement unless you came from where I've been. Why it's difficult to do right, but so easy to sin. Finding peace.
Oh man, nah. Listen, that's not a thing, bro. You know what I mean? I think it's always it's not just you. It's always like that, yo. It's easy to fucking do the bad shit. You know what I mean? Because it takes no effort. You know what I mean? Like imagine if somebody was passing by and shit. It would be easy to freaking pull your leg out and trip the motherfucker, and the motherfucker fall and break a freaking limb or some shit. You know what I mean? But the hard thing is, you know what I mean, to actually grab somebody up that's falling. You know what I mean? See that? It's just like, yo, you have to use more effort to pick the person up. But the bad shit is always easier, you know what I mean? So I see where you're coming from, but like at the end of the day, yo, it's easier to do bad than good. That's why freaking criminals tend to do a lot of crimes and whatnot, not just one. You know what I mean? Yeah. But let's go, man.
And losing to move on from chaos of the wind. That demon in the mirror, still the saint that he betrays. So the song.
The demon in the mirror is still the saint he still proclaims. The demon in the mirror is still the saint that he proclaims. The demon in the mirror is still the saint that he proclaims. That's ill, man. Yeah, the demon is still the saint. Meaning, like, you might think that you a fucking demon all day long and shit, but your inner being, the inner heart is a heart of a saint. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how much you freaking disguise yourself as a demon and shit. You still have a heart of a saint. You know what I mean? It doesn't really freaking matter and shit. You're still blessed. You know what I mean? No matter how fucked up you think you are as an individual. You know what I mean? And that goes for anybody. You know what I mean? Anybody in life and whatnot have their good ways and bad ways and shit. But in everybody, the good always shines. You know what I mean? There's always reasons for people being bad. There's no reason for people being good, but there's a lot of good out there. You know what I mean? I think that shit was a fucked up analogy. Just forget about that, man. Let's go, man. The last one, the everybody, nobody has a reason for being good. There's love. There's millions and millions of reasons for being good as well. You know what I mean? Let's go.
From chaos of the wind. That demon in the mirror, still the saint that he betrays. So the songs of tomorrow borrow sorrows from today. And I don't wanna let you go.
The songs from tomorrow borrows. Hold on.
So the songs of tomorrow borrow sorrows from today.
The songs from tomorrow borrow sorrows from today. You know what I mean? That's dope. You know what I mean? So basically, listen, you can only write songs in the future. You know what I mean? About the blah blah blah. All right, the songs from tomorrow borrow sorrow from today. So like if I was writing a song, I would be writing it from shit that I'm experiencing right now. You know what I mean? And that song would come out tomorrow. You know what I mean? So and it borrows the pain that I'm freaking pouring out. It's like a revolving circle type shit. You know what I mean? As much as I would love to explain that shit, it's probably take an hour and a half and whatnot. But that is a dope ass line. Let's continue. You know what I mean? That that is as dope as that's poetic actually.
Praise. So the songs of tomorrow borrow sorrows from today. And I don't wanna let you go. I think about you now everywhere I roam. Somewhere down the road, I lost my soul. And I know 'cause it glitters doesn't mean it's gold. And I don't wanna hurt nobody. I just wanna let the truth be told. I don't wanna hurt nobody, but I'm about to lose my self-control. I don't wanna let you go. I think about you now everywhere I roam. Somewhere down the road, I lost my soul. And I know 'cause it glitters doesn't mean it's gold.
Oh man, down the road, man, I lost my soul, man. That's bars right there. Yo, absolutely dope ass track. You know what I mean? Um, Struggle Jennings did it this time and whatnot. But like at the end of the day, yo, Jolly Roll did it too, man. Both of them did. They dive deep into the freaking soul of the grief and the pain that resides in the predicaments that they've been in and whatnot, and they put it out there like they always do. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, this track right here, man, was a situation right there. You know, ever had something that was on your mind and whatnot that got you down and whatnot that you did from the past that keep on haunting you or something that keeps you if you have like a vice and whatnot that's unhealthy, and you want to like freaking part from it and whatnot, and you feeling the difficulty doing it, you know what I mean? But even though you feel like how hard it is to do it, you still want to do it. This is just something for you, you know what I mean? There's a lot of freaking shit in there that you could take from it, you know what I mean? Because life is hard and whatnot. The only way that we could freaking go past what's going on and whatnot if we face it, you know? At the end of the day, this is a dope ass freaking track, you know what I mean? If you guys feeling that shit like I'm feeling it all day long, you already know what to do. Put it in the comment, tell me what you think about it. You know what I mean? Last and not least, I'm saying last and not least, man. If you guys want to react to any videos and whatnot, put that down in the comment section all day long, or on Instagram. I got the link on the description. Yo, give me the thumbs up right there and put it all the way up there. You know what I mean? With thumbs up on this video and whatnot. Show me some love and support. Another way you can show me some love and support is by subscribing to the channel. It's right down there. You know what I mean? All day long, smash that like button. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Nonsense is definitely good sense. And boy, I ain't say that shit for a minute. But yo, I'm out. Yo, peace out. One love, yo.